Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Live at Builders Millwork. I'm your host, Shane Patton. Thanks for joining us today. Today I'm joined by an outside salesman, Shannon, and inside sales, Amy. I believe that you both started your journey here at Builders Millwork back in 2017. Both of you working on the 9th year. What gets you guys excited about coming to work every day?
I like to help people with making their selections on their house. Your house, unless you have a business, is usually your biggest purchase. People take a lot of pride in their houses and making it look nice, and I just like helping people. Getting to know people is really an important thing. I always tell people that sometimes I talk too much, that I should be more efficient, but I think people buy from people. If you can trust somebody, and this is a really big purchase. You come in here and you purchase windows and doors and millwork, and it's a very important purchase, quality-wise, to look nice when you're said and done. It's something people really see when you remodel or build a house.
Amy, what gets you excited about coming to work every day?
I have loved being in this industry for a lot of years now. So for me, every day, it's the changes that you have every day, the wonderful people that we get to meet, our great coworkers. Yeah, it's kind of a combination. It's the best of all the worlds, and we just happen to come to the same place every day.
Awesome. So we kind of touched on this just briefly. I think it was Shannon, you said something about relationships. So that terminology, relationships win. What does that mean to you specifically at Builders Millwork, relationship?
I think when you go along and you work with a customer, mainly a contract that you'll work with, you'll get families that you did a house for, the parents and then the aunt and uncle and then maybe the grandparents and the kids, and you just get to know they talk about their kids and you know who they are, and it gets to be almost like a family atmosphere, and here it is too. A lot of us, we've been here going on our 9th year, and we're not the oldest people here, or the most tenure, I should say.
Amy?
I think the important part of, the benefit of having these relationships is not only do we get to do our job every day, but we meet other people that are passionate about what we do. They get introduced maybe to what it is that we do. So when you're out and about and you recognize your customers, and it could be before, during, or after the project, and it's nice to be able to stop and say, hey, how's everything going? Are you happy? Yep, wouldn't change a thing. So for me, maybe you run into them in public, maybe it's here at the store, maybe, as Shannon said, they're repeat customers, and then you get friends and family benefit as well. They're so excited that they did a project and we're so happy. They've referred the best of their best to come in and see us. That for me is when that relationship has paid off.
So one thing that we can always guarantee in any project is there's going to be a problem in some capacity. So for Builders Millwork, it could be things like a lead time. It could be things like the product came in wrong. You know what? If we're all honest with ourselves, every once in a while we make a mistake and we get the wrong thing. How do you guys handle situations like that? And has that changed for you over time as you've built veteran status, if you will? Shannon?
I think the thing is up front, so they come to you with the problem and say, oh, hey, this isn't right, the product isn't right, or it's not here. Okay, let's talk about it. Give me a few minutes here. I got to check thing, come in, did we deliver to the wrong house? All that stuff happens. But the thing is to get right in front of it and say, hey, I'm right here. We'll take care of it. Give me a few minutes to figure out. And sometimes you'll know, I had one today, forgot to order the doorknob. Yep, I'll take care of it. Give me a day or two here. And
Amy?
I think part of our culture here has always been that the customer still is always right, and the customer comes first. So as you come across things that are not fun parts of our job, but they're still super important, is to listen, understand where the customer's coming from, and then do your legwork and make sure that you've gone above and beyond to check product, timelines, delivery, damage, credits, warranty, all of those things. With a little time, any situation can be remedied, and I think that remedy can also be beneficial. We certainly don't want anybody upset. The things that we do day to day are not saving lives, but we do know it's important, and we do want to make sure that we take care of our customer at the end of the day.
What we've talked about today, relationships and teams and people, and we've got inside sales here and we've got outside sales here, but what are we missing? We're missing receiving and shipping, service, all those different pieces. How do you guys think that we collaborate well as a Builders Millwork team when it talks about bringing all of those facets together?
I think we do a good job of working together. It's very important. The outside sales guy does one thing, or person does one thing, but he doesn't see all aspects of the service, the delivery. Sometimes our customers call and say, hey, I want those windows delivered today. We're just one part of this company, so we don't know what's going on. We need to collaborate. Say you got a broken sash. Okay. Yep. let me do, I'll get you hold of the service department. The head of the service department will contact you, get the information you need, or I can help you get that information, but then they order the stuff and then the service guy does the install. So it takes 4 or 5 people to do one job. It works better that way. You
have a team. So I got a question for you guys. Can you guys share with me an experience that you had with a customer, whether it was a positive one or a negative one, but the outcome of that resulted in really positive feedback? Amy?
I received a bouquet of beautiful flowers I had ever seen when I'd finished a project for a customer. Just super grateful, came with a beautiful card. Thanks for all your hard work. We don't often realize how many decisions we help people make as we go throughout our day, but it was super, super honoring, super awesome to have somebody actually make that connection and appreciate it and actually send forth good vibes into the world after the experience.
Well, and how cool for you too that person, not only did they have a good experience, they could have just shared that with their neighbor, but they went ahead and took the time. So you did a good job. Shannon?
probably the best phone call I get is when they call and say, hey, so-and-so told me to call you, that you took care of them on their house or their project, and they said, you'll just take care of everything, just when can we meet? You don't always hear, people get busy, we got a lot of things, you don't always see how the end of the project goes, but when you hear that from other people, like, okay, thank you, that's good.
Positive reinforcement's good for everybody. I think that, unique experiences where people will come in, and we've seen this as a group together where, hey, our project's done. We're having a little get together. Come on out. We want you to see it. And they're inviting all those subcontractors, all those people that helped make that project what they wanted it to be. What a cool thing to get to be part of. I think that customer calls, I'm going to direct this at you, Amy. Customer calls one phone number, plug for the phone number, 605-332-9800. They call that one phone number with that problem that they have, and they're talking to Amy. But Amy, when you hang up with that customer, you're working with a bunch of other people here, right?
Correct. It's not just us. We want to research that issue all the way back as far as we can to the beginning if possible, whether that's a purchase order issue, whether it's something that's come into the building that isn't incorrect. Our greatest tools in our toolbox are the people that are under this roof. So for me, if there's a question about how something was delivered, I can literally talk to that person. I'm not a number in a big, huge corporation. I literally know that his name is Colin, and I can go out and back and I can talk to him. For me here, I feel that's absolutely revolutionary that we can still talk to who orders it, who receives it, who delivers it, who sold it, and who it benefits. Literally all right here. So it's super, super important for us to be able to put our hands on all of that.
A team effort, just a big deal. I don't think we talk enough about it. And I think from a personal standpoint, I go to a store and I can be selfish in just thinking that I'm talking to one person and they're doing everything for me. And, I got to reel that back and just think about, well, how does it work when I come to work at Builders Millwork? I can't do it all by myself. I could lie about that, but there's no realistic piece in that. It takes the whole group of us to do it. That means today there's about 60 people at Builders Millwork. So it's pretty effective to be able to say we've got 60 personalities working in 5 or 6 different departments, coming together for one common goal, and that's customer satisfaction. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today as we had a chance to visit about customers and relationships and the cogs in the wheel that help us from getting flat spots on the tire. What a great piece of information you guys provided us. Thanks so much for joining us. All of you stay tuned for our next episodes, educational and informative. Thanks, and see you next time.